Good morning, Carmel Catholic. I'm Liam Brown. The current time is 8:03, and we're going to start today with sports. When the football team headed up to Antioch Saturday, this one was just over before it even started. With the Corsairs routing the Secoites 50-7, they're going to look to Naz this weekend. In over to cross country, junior Izzy Bing earned all-state status and set a new school record at the state cross country meet. Nora Belmonte also turned in an outstanding performance, just missing second-team all-state status. Freshman Evan Hursthouse set a new record on state course, just missing second-team All-State. Junior Cole Bonham also ran a great race. Looking ahead to some national sports, the Cubs shocked the baseball world when they fired David Ross in lieu of Craig Counsell when his contract ran out with the Brewers. And this likely means that they're going to be aggressive in free agency, with the Cubs giving them $40 million. And looking ahead to the Bears, who fell to New Orleans Sunday 24-17. They have a quick turnaround playing on Thursday Night Football this week against Carolina. Justin Fields might be back, but Cole Kmet did not practice yesterday after mossing Tyrann Mathieu. And the Bulls last night took on the Jazz at the UC and won by a score of 130-113, with Zach LaVine dropping 24 points. So, as we mentioned, the Corsairs headed up north to Antioch to face the Secoites and won 50-7. So, Johnny, you guys were up 21-0 in like the first 4 minutes. How does a hot start help with that?
I mean, all week we knew our guys were going to come out firing on all cylinders just because of all the social media talk that went on. I mean, when an opposing team goes at all your teammates and goes at all your coaches, it kind of gives the team a little bit more fire, and it makes the game a little more personal. So, I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that our team was going to come out firing.
All right, Tommy, last year you guys made it to the second round, couldn't get past it. Now made it past onto the third round. How much does that mean to you guys?
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, last year after that loss to Sycamore, you know, Coach McKee made it very clear. He made a personal all offseason, you know, all this season that, you know, something had to be done about it. And we came in. The coaching staff gave us a great game plan. When you execute, you know, we got it done.
All right, Johnny. On the second play of the game, Harlan May got a fumble right to him. How does the turnover battle help you guys on offense?
On that fumble, shout out Nick Jung. He was the one that caused that. But I mean, winning the turnover battle every game, I mean, it really helps because when you win the turnover battle, it's a great recipe to end up winning the football game. So our defense, I mean, they've been playing lights out all year. So, I mean, I got no doubt in my mind that they're going to continue playing lights out. And if we keep that same recipe going, I mean, the sky's the limit for us. So.
All right, tough matchup this week, Tommy and Naz. Tell us a little bit about the matchup.
Yeah, you know, they got a great team over there. They always have a good team. They 5A state champions last year. We got to come in with a good game plan like we always do, a good week of practice. We had a good week last week. We got to have one this week. And 2 o'clock, Baker Stadium on Saturday. Someday it'll be Johnny Weber Field. You know how it is. So we'll come out and we'll show out.
All right, Johnny Weber, Tommy Lamberti, CDN will be right back.
Hi, this is Tommy Steiner, telling everyone to come out November 7th, support us against the big game against New Trier Trevians. Come out, support the boys.
Good morning, Carmel. I'm Gabby Malley. It's 8:05. Get into the fall spirit with Spanish Language Club on Wednesday the 8th at 2:15 in room 209 as they watch Coco and drink hot cocoa. Everyone is welcome. The wrestling team needs people for the following weight classes: 106 pounds, 113 pounds, and 120 pounds. The team also needs people to keep score. If interested, stop by room 105. Next up, we have Nadine Bushnack with Olivia Peterson to talk about work assists.
Good morning, Carmel. I'm Nadine Bushnack, and I'm here with Olivia Peterson to learn more about dance. So, Olivia, how long have you been doing dance?
So I've been doing dance since I was about 6 years old, so about 9 years.
Wow, that's a long time. So if someone wants to join dance at Carmel, do they need that much experience?
I would say no. Here at Carmel, we offer a beginner's dance class, which is open to anyone. So if you're interested in that, it would be a great way to start. It also counts as PE credit, so all dance classes count as PE credit, which is really great.
Yeah. What types of dance do they teach in your classes?
So we do all sorts of dances: contemporary, jazz, hip hop. Right now, in our Intermediate Dance 1 honors class, we're doing African style dance.
And you're also an orchestrist, right?
Yes.
So tell me a bit about that. What do you do?
So we have practices or classes every Tuesdays and Thursdays after school. We have guest choreographers that come in and teach our classes. We also perform at feeder schools. We just recently performed at Open House, and we also have a concert in May.
That's great. We hope all your hard work pays off for your concert. This is CDN. We'll be right back.
Did you send it, or what do you do?
Okay, so joining us today, we have Mr. Krausak with the science fact about prions. So, Mr. Krausak, can you tell us, explain what prions are?
Thank you. Thank you for having me on here to talk a little bit about science, which I always like to talk about. You're asking me about prion diseases, what prions are. Prions are kind of a unique type of disease that you can get. What it really is, what the thing is, it's a protein that is folded incorrectly. And when you've got, we talk a lot about how in the cell you've got DNA that's going to make RNA, it's going to make proteins, and then proteins have to, in order to have their function, they have to get folded correctly. If they get folded incorrectly, what you wind up with is potentially a protein that doesn't work, but sometimes it can be something called a prion that can go and be infectious and can cause other proteins around it to misfold as well.
Okay, and what diseases are commonly linked with prions?
So one of the things that gets in the media that people hear about is called mad cow disease, but what it's properly called is bovine spongiform encephalopathy. That disease is something mostly that's going to be present in cows. A prion disease that humans have is something called Crutchfield-Jakob disease, which is CJD, which is something that is pretty rare, but it's a neurodegenerative disease that can lead you to have just all kinds of cognitive impairments, both cognitive and physically.
Okay, and then what is some of the main differences between prions and bacteria or parasites?
So well, first of all, bacteria and parasites are most of the diseases that you get. This is the predominant type of disease that you'll get. We have thousands of viruses all over the place all the time, and bacteria are relatively common as well. The rarity of prions is a big difference, but also we have much more understanding and ways to treat things like viruses and bacteria, but prions being exceedingly rare, we have less known treatments, or less. It's harder to study. In fact, it's sometimes dangerous to study these things because exposure to proteins that are misfolded, like these prions, it can be something risky to study. But I don't want to scare anybody. They're exceedingly rare.
Okay, and before we go, we have a quick update on some celebrity drama and news. So, Mr. Krausak, what is the history and theories about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship?
Right. So, science and Taylor Swift are probably my two areas of most expertise. So, I'm glad to talk about that as well. I'm just rooting for Taylor. I think that most of us are all in this together, right? She's been through a lot. There's been, boy after boy, sad song after sad song. I'm just now glad that she's with somebody that, seems like she's getting along with really well. It seems like, her fashion sense is rubbing off on him a little bit. And so, I think that they're learning from each other, and I think that we can all root for them together. And yeah, great.
Okay. Up next, we have Caitlin Drabinski and Katherine Annan to talk about Clue, our fall play.
With us in the studio, we have Catherine Ainen, who plays Miss White in Clue, our fall play. So being in the cast is no small feat. What's it like to be in the fall play in your freshman year?
It's definitely a lot of fun. I've gotten to meet a lot of new people, made a lot of new friends. Yeah, it's great.
So what's the most difficult part about performing?
Probably learning your lines. Everybody always gets really nervous about it, but it always happens eventually. But that's probably the hardest part.
If you had the opportunity to give advice to someone who is looking to come to Carmel and wants to engage in the theater program, what would it be?
Definitely audition. Like, if there's something you're interested, audition. The worst that can happen is you don't get in. You should always try again.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Good luck in the play.
Thank you.
That's all we have for today, Carmel. Have a tasteful Tuesday.